Hi, everyone. Kim back in Stos. Soul Moxie Musings. Today's message I received on March 9th, 2023, and it is titled Power, Alchemy, and Searing Presence. I was given a quote before I started getting this message, and the quote is, "It is not my job to be likable. It is my job to be myself. The right people will gravitate." As always, this message is timeless, which means divine timing is in play. So when you hear the message is when you were meant to hear it. Power, alchemy, and searing presence. This series follows a path leading us to our purpose, a path leading us to our heart space, a path leading us to fulfillment, a path that will lead others to their path. It starts with power. The definition of power tells us that it is the possession of control, authority, or influence over others. Common synonyms for power are authority, command, jurisdiction, and dominion. No matter which word you would use to define power, it is a word that comes with what the word itself states: power. What do I mean by that? This is a word that you will either have a positive or a negative reaction to. There is seldom a neutral stance on this word. Think about people in power: CEOs, teachers, parents, bosses, governments, police officers. The list could go on. What is your belief system around any of those on that list? If you have a boss that is a micromanaging control freak who listens to only themselves, you may have a negative reaction to the word power. However, if you have a boss that is a great and fair leader that takes everyone's opinion into account before making a decision, you may have a positive reaction to the word power. If you have loving and caring parents, you may have a positive reaction to the word. Abusive parents, the opposite may be true. You may have a positive reaction in one area and a negative reaction in the other. This is all based upon your individual belief system and your real-world experiences. I believe it would be a difficult task to find a single person that does not have a negative feeling towards the word power in at least one area. Any area where you believe that power equals unfairness, abuse, lording over, manipulation, or taking advantage of someone or something, the negative reaction you have to the word or reference to power can be very deep-reaching to a level beyond your conscious. The bigger question we need to be asking is this: are those negative reactions preventing you from fully stepping in to your power? You may not be able to answer that question, as these beliefs are most likely not a conscious thought. Do you even know what it means to step into your power? Stepping into your power means you are living true to what you believe, what is important to you. Stepping into your power means you release your inhibitions and set your inner self, your soul, free. Stepping into your power means you let go of judgment of yourself and judgment of others. Ephesians 3 is Paul talking to the church. This chapter is about Paul telling the church that the power is already in them. Paul then goes on to explain what the church is to do with that power, power that is rooted in God's love. In verse 16, it reads, I pray that out of his glorious riches he may strengthen you with power through his Spirit in your inner being. Your inner being is your soul, your spirit, that thing that was created in God's image and likeness. The power is already within each of us. We just need to step into our power in faith. Stepping into your power exposes your true character. It speaks to the essence of who you are. A person who is abusive in power is led from their ego, edging God out. Ego. A person who is loving, compassionate, and empathetic in power is being led by the divine through their soul. This is divine power. Divine power comes from inside, from your soul. Nothing can stop it once you find its source in your true self. Stepping into your power also means running things through your spiritual filter, your intuition, your instinct. It means that when you hear something, especially when it comes from someone else who is in a position of power, not taking what is told to you as absolute truth. It means questioning everything and running it through your spiritual filter. Does it resonate with you? Does it pass your spiritual intuition or instinct test? Not questioning things and taking everything you hear as truth is what has gotten the world into the place we are today. Divine power is an essential part of your spiritual path. Without it, you will lack the energy to follow your dreams and passions, to stand up for what is true to you, to set goals and priorities, set healthy boundaries for others, and to become a courageous light shining with truth. What stops divine power? Fear. Fear of being powerful. Fear of becoming the person or persons that gave you the negative impression of power. It is a fear that is deep-rooted into so many people today. It's not surprising, really, when we look around the world today. There are many examples of those in power, in powerful positions, being exploitative and abusive. Yes, people like that are misusing their power for their own selfish agendas that serve their own needs, their egos. Power should instead be protective and empowering to those that may be impacted by their expression of power. Power should never tear down others to build the person in power up. It should be used from a place of love. When it comes from a place of love, something miraculous happens. It feeds your very soul, making it stronger, while at the same time feeding the souls and strengthening those affected by your power. Talk about a win-win situation. That is divine power. Every person has their strengths, along with areas that are less than helpful in life. We won't call them weaknesses, because it is in these areas that are less than helpful in life in which we can learn, we can grow, we can become stronger. We can expand our awareness and seek the gifts and opportunities it gave us for the ability to expand our capacity for love for ourselves, and love for others. Divine power starts with loving yourself. Your divine power will most likely come from those areas in your life that were the most painful. Finding your divine power comes from looking at the gifts that were given to you in those times of difficulty, in those times of pain. Divine power gives you the ability to adjust and adapt your behavior to stay true to you, your calling, your purpose. Stepping into your divine power creates natural evolution to greater spiritual awakening and enlightenment. Divine power leads to divine alchemy. Alchemy, in the traditional definition, is the speculative philosophy whose aim was to transmute base metals into gold, the discovery of a universal cure for diseases, and the discovery of a means of indefinitely prolonging life. Divine alchemy is the art of transmutation, the application of spiritual consciousness to physical form so profound that an entirely new form evolves. It is an irreversible change. It is the coal transformed into a diamond. Divine alchemy may seem fake or make believe to an outsider, but anyone who has experienced this knows that when the physical matter meets the spiritual consciousness, the world is never again the same. The divine alchemist sees possibility and opportunity in the things that an outsider sees as impossible. The divine alchemist knows that everything in creation has energy, vibration, and frequency. We have already raised our energy, vibration, and frequency when we stepped into and continue to live in our divine power. The sole task of a divine alchemist is to repair the damage the fear-based system has created in the consciousness of humanity. This could take place in many different areas in the world: environment, political, medical, financial, corporate, media, legal, spiritual. The list is endless. No matter what realm you're called to serve, you can make and be the alchemical change that sparks the transmutation in that area simply by being, simply by standing in your power, being true to your soul self, and being in the raised energy, vibration, and frequency that is you. This is the basis of the first universal law, the law of divine oneness. This is the first and foremost law of the universe. It states that all things in the universe are interconnected. Beyond our senses, every thought, action, and event are in some way connected to anything and everything else. Beyond our senses means energy, vibration, and frequency, among other things. This means that simply by you standing in your power and being in a higher energy, vibration, and frequency, that you can raise the energy, vibration, and frequency of anything and everything without doing anything other than being you. If you can do this simply by being, imagine what you can do if you step out and be the change in not only the unseen senses, but the seen senses too. Be the light, shine the light, share and spread the light. Speak your truth from a place of love without self-judgment or fear. Divine power leads to divine alchemy, leads to searing presence. Searing presence is the next step in this journey. Searing in the traditional sense means scorching hot, intense, blistering, fierce. Presence means a person impresses people by their appearance and manner. They appear confident and act with intention. So, what does it mean to have a searing presence? Having a searing presence means that your presence is intense. Everything that the definition of presence stated, only intensified. Your presence has the intensity to be the catalyst for conscious transmutation in society. It calls out to others and draws them to you. Searing presence brings empowering energy to you and to others with the power to transmute, the power to heal, the power to raise the vibration of others around you, thereby giving them the power to start their journey to transmutation, their journey to healing, their journey to their own power, their journey to soul fulfillment. Searing presence also comes with the heightened ability to see and know truth from a place of love, a new level of loving awareness of all that is around you, the ability to see and perceive things from a place of unconditional love. Divine power, divine alchemy, and searing presence are all stages and steps in fulfilling your mission, your soul purpose. The journey will be as individualized as your personality. The journey is a fun one if you approach yourself with love, forgiveness, compassion, empathy, and grace. The decision is yours as to how easy or how hard your journey will be. Trust your instincts, your intuition. Ask God for guidance. He is holding his hand out to lead you, or maybe even carry you. The decision is yours. Step in to your power. Thanks for listening, and I hope this message blesses you today whenever you hear it. With that, much love, light, laughter. Till next time.